In 1993, Zevlov X lost his brother in a car accident. At the time of death, he and his brother had been working on their second album for Elektra Records, whom they had been signed to for 5 years. After the death of Zev's brother, that album would end up not being released, and Zev would find himself without a brother, without a deal, and without a place to live.
Mic check.
In 1999, he would re-emerge as MF Doom, a character he created to swear vengeance on the music industry he felt wronged him. Doom's lyrics were never deeply personal and can be described as abstract, focusing on wordplay and rhyme schemes.
Beef rap could lead to getting teeth capped or even a reef from armed dudes on some grief crap.
When he did rap about himself, it was based on the fictional backstory for Doom that he created, and not about Daniel Doom. In 2024, nobody wants to hear lyrical, miracle, satirical cereal. I had to get in character. It's easier than ever for anyone to record music and distribute it to the entire internet, but you still have to market it. I'm not gonna wear this for the whole video, that's gonna be crazy. One way to do this is by creating a persona, an aesthetic, one that's shrouded in a fog of mystery, miscellaneous allusions to the occult, maybe even a mask. Only one problem. Why would anyone care to solve that mystery? As someone who's not even really invested in some of his favorite artists, I think it's kind of easy to figure out why you hate mysterious rappers. Like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps us out, and I also really appreciate it. One of the biggest reasons I see behind the backlash is that the personas that rappers create are not at all who that person really is. We saw the kayfabe shatter for Playboi Carti after the arrest footage came out.
Out there, let's show.
I wasn't trying to harm anyone, sir.
Okay.
I have no reason to go to. You got a reason for I was speeding, but.
Bro really went from evil Jordan to wholesome Jordan faster than he was driving. Artists signed to his Opium record label are also receiving criticism for not having actual personalities and are just being mysterious to hide the fact that they lame as hell. Or hide the fact that they are alleged criminals. Allegedly. The personas that rappers create are not at all who that person really is. But is that really a surprise? I don't think Playboi Carti is visiting his granny and wearing fangs. They're not answering the door for Uber Eats and disappearing in a puff of smoke, ninja style. So it's like, why you acting like this, G? It's like when your homie try to flex in front of women like he got it, and you know damn well he been on a noodle and McChicken diet for weeks. On the opposite end, there probably are some diehards that truly believe the aesthetic and get disappointed when their favorite is exposed as corny. There's been a stigma in rap as far as I can remember that you have to live your lines. Almost the entirety of 50 Cent's promotion for what was one of the biggest rap debut albums ever was centered around him being super gangster, able to take 9 bullets and not die, or wear bra strap tank tops and not be made fun of. Nobody wanted to be a wankster. Coupled with writing your own rhymes, there's an expectation that if you rap about guns, selling drugs, and getting all the hoes, then we should see you in real life with guns, drugs, and hoes. So if you're mysterious, be that way at all times. And do it well. If they ask you a yes or no question, answer with a color. But honestly, as of late, the rappers that actually live their lines aren't living them that long. We've seen a string of rappers go to jail, die, and be accused of some pretty gross behavior. In that case, the problem with mysterious rappers is not, you're not really like that. It's, wow, bro, you're really like that?
Get out my business, my business.
In that sense, I can understand wanting to know a rapper's real personality. That way you can look for and examine character traits that you may not agree with. Why support someone and they're possibly a bad person and you're enabling their bad behavior? The biggest problem with a rap artist that doesn't engage with the public is that, as a culture, we nosy as fuck. Through social media and streaming and concerts, we have access to entertainers that we've never seen before. Even OF, which started as a way for celebrities to engage directly with their fans, is still a way for artists to do that, but some are even using it for what OF is famous for, and that's just too much for me. Pause. I'm not gonna hold you. Some rappers we just don't care about. Like J. Cole is married with 2 kids, and I can imagine a lot of people not even knowing that. He's dropped lines here and there about them specifically and talks openly about being a family man and the ups and downs of that life. Being secretive about your personal life is fine if most of your music is a pretty good representation of who we think you are. It seems like it's only a problem if you're extremely visible and a generational talent.
Drake, the biggest rapper in the world. Drake? The nigga that's hiding his kid from the world, but his world wouldn't hide from the kid?
Drake hides one kid from the world, and everybody got an issue with it. It's breaking news. Niggas like Cole and Kendrick have whole ass families off to the side, in the background. Double standards. We're conditioned to almost need the tea on our favorite rappers at this point. Someone like Doom, who was pretty niche, whatever, even at the time, would not be a huge star right now. I think that goes back to my first point of wanting the rappers we listen to live their lines. But in addition, we secretly or openly want to see the new chain you bought or see the new house, the new clothes, even if we hate in the comments. It's probably why more and more artists are dropping annually or multiple projects in a year. Disappearing like Kendrick is a luxury that he's earned, but even he receives criticism for. Taking time out to be mysterious or having a years plus rollout is career suicide in 2020. If you got motion, we need to see that motion. We'll forget all about that little bop you had last summer, which leads to my next point. This is more for new artists, and I'll get to how I feel for established artists, but especially if you're a brand new nigga, we don't care about your cryptic tweets, what you look like, or your shadowy IG posts. The market is totally oversaturated, and if I can be an old head for a minute,
all you niggas sound the same.
Marketing is as big a factor in breaking a new artist as their music, and in some cases, even more. With potential brand deals, movie roles, and concert ticket sales on the table, there's really not a benefit in being a secret. What makes you stand out in the sea of other rappers that are rapping about the same thing, or using the same producers, or hanging out with the same? If you're brand new, you're already a mystery. Once they're in the door, most people aren't thrilled to have to solve a riddle, to solve the next part of the puzzle, to solve your corny ass mystery. We don't care. Even The Weeknd, who built a career off being a mystery, has decided that he would like to be more open and vulnerable with his fan base. For better or worse, shedding the mystery can be a crucial step in your next steps as an artist. So what's my take? A lot of entertainers probably are corny, and if they're like the majority of this country, probably average to below average intelligence. So where they excel is being able to create a story and play the character. Daniel Dumoulin was, I'll say infamous for sending a double to his shows instead of himself. He would be backstage, but he likened himself to a director, someone who was calling all the shots, and whoever was playing the character that night was just an actor. They were just playing the role. Personally, I don't care. If the mystery works, if you've created an aesthetic, you've created a world where I believe that I'm a part of it. Being a big fan of The Weeknd in his early years, Frank Ocean in his early years, it was fun to partake in the mystery and try to solve it because these were brand new guys and they had brand new sounds that were interesting. And that was the most important thing. The music was interesting. How you decide to market it is your decision, but you have to do what works best for you. For someone like Glorilla or Sexy Red have been able to cultivate a fan base, even Cardi B, I guess, being the archetype for this type of fan base, is we know you. And we like you, and we would hang out with you. Yeah, you hood as hell. Yeah, you ghetto as fuck. But that shit cute to me. And that seems like fun to me. It seems like you're having fun and you're unapologetically yourself. And people appreciate that. However, if being unapologetically yourself is boring as hell, I see no problem with someone enhancing that and taking some creative license. Relating it to myself, I wanted to do a faceless YouTube and maybe even use an AI voice. However, because it's way easier to edit, I decided, why not get on camera? I'm a Chicago 9, a New York 8, I'm probably a LA 4. Why not be on camera? It'll work for me, and I guess my humor will probably come across a little bit more if people can actually see me. I may look like your uncle or your granddad. I swear to God, if anybody says granddad in the comments, I'm gonna be upset. But for some people doing YouTube, you might be ugly as fuck. And it's better for you to not be on camera and be nightmare fuel. So you gotta do what's best for you and do it to the best of your ability. But let me know in the comments, Do you prefer your artist to be mysterious? Do you prefer to know everything about them? Does it not really matter to you? If you've liked this content, like this content and subscribe for more. I need an outro thing. Oh, I never said the I'm Trey Daily thing. I'm Trey Daily and I make videos daily. I make videos daily. But I post them sporadically at best. This is the outro of the video. Gratitude.